We are live. We are a few minutes late. So no intro. No intro. It is Lucas Wencl and Tyler Plath hanging out with you tonight on stream. We will be crushing a Best Ball Mania 5 draft as it is getting close to filling here, Ty. I mean, this draft might be filled by the end of the weekend over on Underdog Fantasy.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet.
I think it will. I saw a tweet from Hayden earlier saying he was expecting it to fill before Labor Day, so don't wait until the weekend to finish crushing your drafts. Which I'm like, real. I'll hop in a few more then before
Don't mind if I do.
Comes around then. Don't mind if I do. PZ Edits for Days is here. What's going on? Aiden's in here as well. Coop the dog. I love that. Coop the dog. What's going on, y'all? We are here. We will be answering all of your fantasy football questions. We will be diving into a draft over on Underdog Fantasy. Real money, real people, real entry fees, up to $1.5 million given out to first place. So Ty and I are going to go ahead and jump in a Best Ball Mania 5 draft here. If you want to come draft with us, code fellows over on Underdog Fantasy. You can scan that QR code you see on the bottom of your screen as well. A little bit of a new layout today, Ty. We'll see how it goes, but you can join over there. You also notice there's go ahead.
Oh, it's just a slick looking overlay. It's slick. It's up to date. It is
up to date.
I'm a big fan of this. There are no words to describe how much I like this.
He is a fan with a capital F. We're going to hop in here. If you want to come draft with us, scan that QR code down below. You'll also notice there is a Discord QR code there as well. Oh. Yes, we just launched our Discord because we have hit 300,000 followers on TikTok. We have hit 500,000 followers across all of our media platforms. So to celebrate, we are officially doing it right. We are doing a giveaway. And all you have to do is join our Discord and post in any of the channels, and you are qualified to enter one of 5 prizes. You can find all the rules and details over in our Discord as well. So if you want to join, you can scan that QR code. But Ty, I've kept the people waiting long enough. People are starting to trickle in here now. They are waiting for us to start a best ball draft. So we're going to hop in here. 30 seconds to pick at a Best Ball Mania 5. We'll enter in here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Waiting on 4 people here. If you want to trickle in, you can come do so. Looks like I got some more room to play with here on this screen. What if I went like this? If I went like that. Fills it up and a little bit more.
And then you did a little like Honda or sorry.
All right. So we got a few questions trickling in here already while we wait for 2 more people. Ty, we can baseball kids. What's up? Who do you think is going to be better for fantasy, Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson? Go ahead. You were going to add something there.
So before I answer this question, I'm going to bring back this comment because it reminds me. Did you see that they're bringing back Backyard Baseball?
I did see this. I did, and I am a fan. I'm a big fan.
Big fan. I don't know why Baseball Kids was what made me remember that, but I'm like, I haven't said that to anybody. I was like, I grew up on that game. That was my childhood.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was. It was indeed our childhood. Who do you think is better for fantasy, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase? I'm going Justin Jefferson here.
At this point, Jefferson, because Jamar Chase can't make up his mind if he wants to practice or not. So, yeah, I'm going to go Jefferson. I think there are very few wide receivers in the NFL and in fantasy football that you can legitimately call quarterback proof. Justin Jefferson is one of them. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I'm just not overcomplicating Justin Jefferson. You're right. I'm really not. CeeDee Lamb goes at the 101 here in this draft. We pulled the 1-7 here, Ty.
That Madden curse is really scaring people away, isn't it?
I mean, or is it just that you hate the turn and you just want to get a wide receiver before there's literally no running backs to take.
I mean, it's
or before there's no wide receivers to take. Excuse me. Sorry, other way around there.
Okay, real quick though, can we talk about just this meteoric rise of Breece Hall lately? He has gone from the 8-0 something to now being a top 5 guy consistently.
So I think this is the effect you're seeing. You're starting to see the effect of all of the people who are just starting to get back into best ball, who are just starting to start drafting again in August. You're starting to see them bring up the price of Breece Hall because they're going to see why are we drafting Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase ahead of them all? Holy crap. Would you rather go Chase or Amon-Ra here? Or Jefferson or Amon-Ra, excuse me.
I think I know the answer to this one. This is Justin Jefferson.
It is Justin Jefferson for me. Is that your preference though too?
Oh yeah. At this point it is. I like, as much as I like Amon-Ra St. Brown and I like the situation that he has in Detroit, we're shooting upside here. I think Jefferson still has better week-to-week upside than most of these receivers outside of like Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb.
Jahmyr Gibbs, there he goes at the 109. As Aiden's asking about the 109 here. Who should I take first and second round? For me, AJ Brown is your not Jahmyr Gibbs. AJ Brown's your pick at 109. Because at that point you missed out on the top 5 wide receivers and the top 3 running backs. I think AJ Brown is your next best option. Second round, I'm leaning running back. And people are going to freak out about the Kyren Williams punt return news, but he's still my pick in the second round at that point. I think we're blowing it out of proportion here. I get it's a concern, but at this point, I think we're just blowing it out of proportion. So if you can get an AJ Brown, Kyren Williams start, that's the ideal. Cameron, maybe if you find a wholesaler for us, you would know.
Oh,
remember when you said you were going to work on that? God, I had my wire buds and I nearly yanked my computer off the table.
Oh, sorry. I noticed that has to be addressed.
We would love to get you one of those hats. Problem is, we need a wholesale. Oh my goodness, Ty. Who do you want here?
I'm a Waddle.
You want guy Waddle here?
Yeah.
Waddle with JJ.
Because
all right.
Because part of it, I Drake London, I just can't get over the capital you have to pay for the guy. Yes, it's in a very advantageous situation. Like, it's a much better situation, I should say. We haven't seen it from the guy, though, and you got to pay a premium for it. Like, even if he's the wide receiver 18 this year, it's going to be a disappointment because he spent top 10 capital on him.
Let's answer a few more questions here. I got too many things going on. The Cameron's pinging us in our Facebook group chat now. Josh Norris and Hayden Winks over at Underdog Fantasy. They got Jalen Waddle ranked as wide receiver 9 according to Cameron. I'm a big fan of that. I actually think there's a likely chance he finishes that high too, which is scary, but also kind of fun to say. Nino, if you drop it in the chat, we're more than willing to help you out with other questions, any trade things that you have as well. Got offered Hurts, Kincaid, and Ayuk or Waddle for Mahomes, Kelsey, and Pickens in a 10-man PPR. As in, if you were giving up Mahomes, Kelsey, and Pickens for Hurts, Kincaid, and I would put Waddle in there, that would be very, very tempting.
I feel like that's an immediate yes. I don't care if it's a Mahomes Kelsey stack.
Yeah.
Yes, you're getting similar quarterback play and production. You are getting maybe not the same tight end production, but you're going to make up for that with Waddle instead of Pickens. Like, that's it's close to being a no-brainer for me to take Hurts, Kincaid, and Waddle. No,
that's 2 snipes in a row. I was really hoping to get one of Kyren or DJ Moore here.
I think we go Tank Dell.
You think Tank? You want to triple down on wide receiver right away?
I think so. I can't do Derrick Henry this year. And I'm not even going to talk about the second guy because it's just going to get me in my feels, man. Like, I'm not well.
Yeah, you're not well with Isaiah Pacheco. You're really not.
No, you're not doing stupid. Okay. It's stupid.
You're really
is
not
what
doing
it
okay with
is.
Samaje Perine in town now.
It's
I mean,
stupid.
Again, I told you this. Isaiah Pacheco just goes from being a top 10 guy to a top 12 guy. And then you're like, no, but he loses his top 5 upside. Well, I think a lot of things would have had to break right for him to be a true top 5 guy this year, though. So in reality, I think
okay.
you're starting to get more of a discount on him for where he's probably going to end up finishing this year, anyways. So yeah, you lose the upside, but I mean, on the bright side is people are going to drive his ADP down now, and you're still going to like to draft him.
Well, and so that's the biggest thing is that like I drafted majority of my shares when he was a 4th round pick, right? Like consistent 4th round pick. Now that he got into like the end of the 3rd and now middle of the 3rd, it's tough. It's more tough than it was. But again, he's going to get driven back down. It's just a shame that it's this close to the season, because if he stayed as a 4th round pick, it would have been much, much better.
Yeah, why not? Why not Pacheco? That is the primary reason right there. So we're about to be on the clock again. A lot of names I like here. I
mean, are we going to play week 17 here?
We could. I was honestly hoping ETN would still be on the board. Can't play week
Josh
17
Jacobs.
now. Oh, you want to go a little Josh Jacobs here? Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Dude.
You know what? You know what? That's a Josh Jacobs pick there, especially with the news around AJ Dillon with Marshawn Lloyd dealing with his hip and hamstring injuries as well. I mean, I don't think I've ever walked back a take faster on a player in the offseason than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones in the 4th, I'm more okay with. Cameron, I'll kick you. You can leave.
Can we get like the Discord bot in the chat here to like kick
Speaking of Discord, if you want to join, scan that QR code. You can join our Discord,
right
doing 300K, 500K giveaway over there. All you got to do is join and drop a chat in any of the servers, and you'll be entered to win 1 of 5 prizes we're giving away. The details are over there as well. So you can hop on in our Discord. But yeah, I don't think I've ever walked back an offseason take as quickly on a player as I have Josh Jacobs after the AJ Dillon news and Marshawn Lloyd just getting like the worst coach speak hype as of recent. It's not great, Bob.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's not great, but at the same time, like,
holy crap, is that a Jalen Hurts at the end of the 4th?
What are we doing here?
Oh my goodness.
Why didn't the AJ Brown person take Rashee Rice?
Yes. Or Travis Etienne, I think, actually.
That's bold.
It's a strategy.
No, because that team hasn't taken a receiver yet. They've gone all running back.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Hey.
What in the world? Is that hit him with the gritty 18? I mean, it's not.
Where's the Ramondre reach?
That's what I'm waiting for. Good golly. What route do you want to go here? We got running backs on the board and wide receiver. I don't really want to reach down for Anthony Richardson. I don't think we need to. This lobby has said we're willing to let QBs fall.
I mean, Miami, Cleveland with who was 3rd wide receiver? Tank, Baltimore. No. I kind of like Ridley or Ken Walker.
Let's go Ridley. We don't need to stack crazy with Seattle right now. Let's go Ridley. I'm good with him here. I think he's probably going to be the better wide receiver out of him and DeAndre Hopkins this year, and Christian Kirk with Brian Thomas Jr. I might be a year too early on Brian Thomas Jr., but golly, that dude looks fun, and he looks like he could end up being a phenomenal NFL wide receiver. So
yeah.
Let's cruise through a few more questions here before our next pick. Picking at the middle always kind of stinks because I feel like we don't get to engage with the chat as much. We don't get to answer as many questions.
We'll try our best.
See here, baseball kids got Brees at 108, Wilson 202 in a 10-man league. Did I do good? I love that start if you got both of those. I'm not a huge fan of stacking both Jets players because what can go wrong? We're drafting 2 Jets players inside of the top 15. Nothing can go wrong with that, right? A little bit risky, but I like both players. I mean, if we're just talking like players straight up this year in fantasy football, I do like both of them. So I'm perfectly fine with that start. I think it's a little bit risky, but it's not risky enough where I'd like avoid picking those 2 guys outright together.
I mean, if Brees finishes as the running back 1 overall, like Garrett Wilson can still be a top 12 receiver.
Oh, hello, Kyler Murray.
Heyo, that's because he was definitely not going to get Kyler on the comeback with McBride. I kind of get it, but oof, man.
I just I can't justify that on the turn this year, stacking, reaching on a stack like that. I just can't do it.
Oh, I think we're gonna take.
Let's go!
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I call a smash pick right there. We'll have to prioritize Downs and AD Mitchell later, but to stack them up. But that is a smash pick there. How far is that past ADP? 6 picks, half a round past
take that
ADP. There was a message in the chat. There's two I wanna go back to in the chat. Yeah. Someone over on Facebook, Brian Ward, had asked if this was a standard or PPR league. This is a half PPR league. All drafts on Underdog Fantasy are half PPR drafts. And then I actually did see someone drop in the chat. This was like way up here though. Yeah, PZ Edits for Days had asked what are our thoughts on Anthony Richardson. All in, absolutely all in. Ty made him one of his flag plants in this year, one of my guys for fantasy football. I am also very in on Anthony Richardson this year. The rushing upside is just unparalleled. And even if you're worried about his arm, if you're worried about what you've been hearing from preseason recently, like you're not drafting the guy for his arm. Everything he gives you through the air is upside on top of what he gives you in the rushing attack. So absolutely in love with Anthony Richardson this year. I think Shane Steichen could truly make him into, what Jalen Hurts is now for the Philadelphia Eagles. You got nothing to add on to that? I said it all.
That was so beautiful. I mean,
thanks, man.
He's him and Kyler are the 2 quarterbacks going the latest of all the quarterbacks with overall quarterback 1 upside.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, every time that comes up in drafts, it's hard not to take.
I'm not going to lie. If we don't get sniped on Evan Ingram here, I kind of like him here to pair with Calvin Ridley in week 17. I know it's not great, but like the tight ends fall off pretty quick here afterwards. You get Jacksonville, Tennessee, week 17.
I kind of forgot that we had Ridley. It makes sense.
And Jake Ferguson goes. So I'm good taking Ingram here because I'm good with any of these running backs afterwards as our running back too. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's go ahead and take Ingram here. Because I think we'll get one of those running backs to fall to us on the comeback here, especially from the guy, who went like 4 straight running backs to start the draft. I think we'll be just fine and get one of these guys to slide back to us to fill out our running back 2 spot with Josh Jacobs. Do you like Kittle or Ingram more from NTT End Zone? Hey, yeah, I saw you pop in here, brother. What's up? I like Kittle more personally. I really do.
Yeah.
I think, especially in best ball formats where your best players are automatically inserted into your lineup. Like Kittle gives you some massive weeks that it's so easy where you don't have to play a guessing game with him in this kind of a format. But even in redraft straight up, I prefer George Kittle. Again, if Brandon Ayuk is going to be holding out, like that's just more opportunity for George Kittle. So Brandon Ayuk was supposed to practice today, is not practicing. So not quite sure what is going on there, but I do like Kittle straight up.
I do too.
I assume you do as well.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
How's it going, boys? From West Pipes, picking 7th and a 12 man. Any suggestions for a plan of attack? Yeah, I mean, I love the 7th pick this year, mostly because I think there's a lot of guys who can slide to you right in the middle of the round there that end up being phenomenal values. So in reality, I'm looking to probably attack wide receiver 1st round, running back 2nd round, ideally. But, if you do get like a Brees or a Bijan to slide to you, you absolutely got to scoop one of them up. I think you can target a guy like Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr. in the 2nd round. But if you do end up going a running back, a guy like Kyron might slide after the punt return news. You could take a Devon Achane. You could take even if you wanted to reach a little bit on Travis Etienne, I don't hate that. But really my preferred strategy this year in the middle rounds is let me get a Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra and pair them with a Kyron Williams or a Devon Achane. That's one of my favorite starts this year. As we're on the clock here now, Ty. Sorry, I got to get back to the board. Jalen Warren or Zamir White?
We
don't have any correlation for either, really.
No. I honestly say, oh gosh, Warren, is he? What's the hamstring? What's the hamstring at?
I mean, he says he's going to be ready, but
I kind of go, gosh, yeah, we'll go Warren. It's
I
not.
auto picked for us, so I hope you're okay with Warren.
Oh, I mean, we could have gone
look.
Tony P, but
I had a feeling one of these guys will make it back to us in the next round when we're looking at running back again.
I mean,
Potentially.
are we target Spears then? You think?
Yeah, you could
Wherever he
totally
goes.
target like a Tyjae Spears. You know, will be on the board again. Like a Jonathan Brooks will still be around. Javante's still there. B Rob still there. Yeah,
Oh
Tyjae
gosh,
will be there.
Spears is
Tyjae might be there
way
in 2
down.
rounds. Yeah, he might be there
Yeah.
in 2 rounds. My preference next round would be looking at a guy like Josh Palmer or Romeo Dobbs, probably. No, Cameron, you're not allowed to win the Waddle jersey. Get out of our chat. Either get on, quit faking sick, and come on and record with us, or get out of our chat.
Mic drop.
No, you cannot win the Waddle jersey. One of the prizes over in our Discord for our giveaway is indeed a signed Jalen Waddle jersey. So if you want a chance at winning that, all you got to do is scan that Discord code that you see down on the overlay here. Comment in any one of our channels over there, and you'll automatically be entered.
Yeah.
A-Chan or Pacheco?
Real quick.
A-Chan.
Yeah, it's probably A-Chan at this point. This is an important question. Whose ADP in Yahoo is too high, too low?
We'll have to get to that after this next pick because it looks like we are going to get potentially a Tony P slide here if we want to scoop up another running back. Oh, look at all these running backs. We got to scoop up one of these guys. I'm not going to reach on a wide receiver.
Oh,
that's brutal.
That's stupid. Brutal. I mean, do we go for Spears then?
You want to reach down on Spears?
I mean, he fits the Tennessee Jacksonville thing. That's my thought. We could do Singletary just with Richardson then, but
I would personally lean. Man, I hate that though. We'll reach on Tyjae. I kind of hate it though.
I don't know.
I really hate that.
What is it, like 6 picks, 7 picks?
I don't like that. It was 7 picks. Yeah, closer to 8.
Meh. Whatever.
I don't love it. I would have rather. I do prefer Tyjae to Tony P, but okay. ADP in Yahoo. Who's too high? Who's too low over in Yahoo fantasy drafts?
Well, so we just recorded this. We talked about 2 guys on Yahoo that I would say are pretty expensive compared to what's going on around them or what's happening with them. Derrick Henry is at the 201 in Yahoo. He is pick 13. That is too high. Another guy that is too high, in my opinion, especially with all the contract stuff, Brandon Ayuk. He is the 212. He is pick 24 on Yahoo. Those are 2 guys right off the rip where I'm like, whoa, slow your roll here. Come on now. Let's be a little let's use our noggins here. Guys that are too low, if you've got some guys top of your mind, go ahead. I'm going to take a quick peek at just Yahoo rankings.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Mostly because Jonathan Brooks might slide all the way back here.
Ayo.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid. That is
how many times can we get sniped tonight? That's my new game.
That's
how many
3
times
in a row?
I sneaky like a Jerome Ford here. Fits in with the Waddle.
Yeah.
I like that, even though it's a running back 4. I mean, I don't. Oh, you want?
Think about it like this. Wicks? Think about it like this. We're gonna take Jerome Ford. We're taking Jerome Ford because we capitalize on the early season production from Jerome Ford. Then by the time that like Nick Chubb can come back, guess who else is going to be back?
Jaylen Warren, baby.
Exactly.
We love it. Go ahead, take a peek at Yahoo. I have a more important question for us to get to here because this is a very important question from our Griff. What favorite soda? Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
Till I die. Till it kills me.
Yeah. It's either Mountain Dew or grape Fanta.
Oh, great Fanta. Low-key slaps too. Yeah, that's a good
Dude.
one.
It's
That's a good one.
like Mountain Dew, you can, at least for me, and probably for you too, you can drink and it won't get too old for you. But every now and then you're like, oh man, a grape soda just sounds like money right now.
Yeah, this is a good one. How is ADP different on Yahoo? I mean, the biggest thing on Yahoo is that the primary leagues over there are half PPR formats. And so you're going to notice that in their projections as well, that they're oh yes, this is perfect. We're taking AD Mitchell here.
Yes.
We're gonna get sniped though. I can't. I know I brought it up. We're gonna get sniped, Ty. We're gonna get sniped.
Dude, boo.
I literally spoke his name out loud, so we're gonna get sniped now.
Boo. And then the next guy we target is Ty Chandler. Boo.
No, we are not taking Ty Chandler. Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh my gosh.
Are you? You are in the chat. I know you are. Show yourself.
Out yourself. What is this garbage?
Oh,
Josh Downs is way down there. We got to prioritize him with our next pick. We got to take, you want Jacoby or Brandon Cooks?
I think Jacoby at this point.
Good by me. We'll take Jacoby here. That's insane. MJM, go ahead, out yourself in the chat. Feel free to do so at this point.
Yep. Gosh.
Freaking shame.
Stupid.
What a shame.
Back to this Yahoo like ADP thing, who's too low. I would say you can make an argument that Tank Dell, as much as we don't really like the competition aspect for Tank Dell, for the fact that he goes in the 5th round and for some of the week-to-week upside that you can get out of him, I feel like that's kind of a value. Rasheed Rice is another one. He goes at the end of the 5th round, so it's a little more expensive than on some other platforms, but I think it's still a value regardless. Deontay Johnson goes middle of the 6th. Most of the guys that we have talked about as values are values on Yahoo, so there's no like clear value in my opinion, but there are kind of sporadically placed in the drafts right now.
Question from Eli here. How did Purdy fall into the 10th round? So Underdog ADP is definitely different than your typical Yahoo, ESPN, Sleeper, Home League, mock drafts where quarterbacks, they're just pushed further down the board, and there's different priorities and emphases placed on when you draft quarterbacks based on strategy, based on builds, because in Underdog, you're playing in contests with hundreds upon hundreds and thousands of people that are all competing for a prize. So there are strategic ways to build your builds, and some of those is just like quarterbacks just drop further because they just don't fit into teams' builds. They're just not as much of a priority at certain points in the draft for how you build out your team. So that is the primary reason why you're going to see guys, like Brock Purdy fall into the 10th round there, because in your home leagues, Brock Purdy is going to be a, 9th, 8th, 9th round quarterback rather than sliding all the way into the 10th round. Ty, I hate to reach here. I think we got to prioritize Josh Downs though. No, we can't. No, we can't, because Josh Downs is the next highest available wide receiver. We're not going to be able to get a push on that.
Okay, fine.
We're not going to be able to get a push, and we got to stack Anthony Richardson.
That's fine.
Sorry, I'm calling audible. I'm taking priority on that because
that's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
I just think we need him stacked in some capacity. I'm overruling you. We're not going to get a push.
Have a say in the first place.
Well, so I as much as I'm willing to go unstacked quarterback in this contest, I don't know if I am with Anthony Richardson though. Like if it's an unstacked Josh Allen, I'm more okay with that. If it's an unstacked, it's impossible to go and unstack Jalen Hurts. Let's just be honest. But like I'm more okay with Josh Allen. I'm more okay unstacking. Really, there's not many other guys I'm willing to go unstack than Josh Allen. But in this, I gotta place the priority on getting him stacked. It's proven. It's a higher probability for your success, for your team winning in these contests if your quarterbacks are stacked and correlated.
It doesn't sound right to call Anthony Richardson a high risk, high reward, just because we've said that he does have a high reward. That like I have gone to the extent of planting my flag on Anthony Richardson but you do have to at least acknowledge that like the guy has only played 4 games and not even 4 complete games. So like you do with Richardson, it is smart to have some insurance versus again, like a Josh Allen or a Jalen Hurts, where you've seen it before. You don't necessarily need to have an insurance behind them.
This is a great question here from Aiden. Are stacks only good in best ball? They are preferred in best ball because when you're trying to score more points, it's an easy way to just say, great, when a quarterback throws a touchdown to this wide receiver, I gain more points. It's not outright beneficial in your redraft leagues. I think it does give you a slight edge, but the reason why we prioritize them in best ball is because we're looking for literally any edge possible in the tournaments. What do you got? Like a bug over there? You scared? You like jump back from your keyboard? What's going on?
No. Why are we taking that running back in the 13th?
Oh, Braylon Allen. Oh gosh.
Gosh.
I don't have a good answer for you on that one.
This is a Jaleel McLaughlin one for me.
You like,
but
Jaleel
actually, go TJ. Go TJ. Because we had the Minnesota Green Bay thing. Yeah.
I was going to say, TJ Hawkinson felt like a smash there for me. And that's great. We can shut down tight end. It's 10 picks after ADP as well. We don't have to worry about taking another tight end this draft with Ingram and Hawk.
If we do, I would say it's like an 18th round flyer.
I wouldn't even take an 18th round flyer.
Fine by me.
Mostly because there's a lot of guys I think I'm willing to scroll the F down for in the 18th round rather than take a tight end at that point.
The dog meter and some of them are too good to pass up.
The dog meter guys. I saw Dan Heyman or Honeyman come into the chat earlier. He had asked about, where is it? There it is. Can Caleb Williams be top 10? I do think he could be top 10 this year. And I do think he can rush. And I think that's why I really do like Caleb Williams this year. We've seen him be able to create outside of the pocket in preseason already. He can scoot with his legs. He's not going to be a Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts kind of rusher, but you think about Justin Herbert in his quarterback 3 season where he was able to scoot around a bit, put up one of the best rookie seasons ever. I mean, yeah, I think Caleb Williams can absolutely give you that and finish as a top 10 quarterback this year. I mean, he's a guy I'm really starting to come up on. As much as I love Jaden Daniels, like Caleb Williams is, let's not forget, he is the most highly touted NFL prospect that we have seen since Andrew Luck. And we were saying that about Trevor Lawrence. And I think Caleb Williams is coming into the league in a better spot than Trevor Lawrence was.
True.
We're about to be on the clock here. Let's take a look at the board here, Ty. Not great. Not a lot of fun options here. I mean, ADP doesn't matter to me as much at this point, so I'm willing to scroll down a bit.
Will Levis.
Yeah, you want to prioritize Will or do you want to prioritize Darnold? Because we could probably get a push on Darnold.
Darnold.
I like Darnold better as well. My vote is wide receiver, though you could talk me into a running back like Khalil Herbert here.
I don't care.
Take a little Wandale.
Yeah.
Take a little Wandale for that week 17 with Richardson too.
Yeah.
Literally the only reason why I want Wandale. I don't like Wandale otherwise, but if we're going to correlate him here, I know that was a pretty far reach, but again, I'm not too interested in anybody else at this in this range. And I'm not a big believer in Tolbert. Dotson with the Eagles now, third string guy or third wide receiver on that team. Let's plow through a few more questions here before we get back to our pick. There's 2 that just came in that I am actually somewhat fascinated by. Yeah, should I trade CJ Stroud for Breece Hall and Kyler Murray? My backup is Trevor Lawrence, and Hall would replace Tony Pollard. In a heartbeat, yes. If you are getting Breece Hall and Kyler Murray, I don't know how you're getting that deal for CJ Stroud, but I hope there's somebody else involved in that trade because that is literally highway robbery if you are getting Kyler Murray and Breece Hall in return for CJ Stroud. My guess is that this has to be a super flex league. I don't know in what world that trade even makes sense. And even in a super flex league, that's highway robbery for you.
Yes.
If you are getting Breece Hall and Kyler Murray, that's a no-brainer. But if you were giving up those 2 to get CJ Stroud, absolutely not.
Yeah, well said.
Let's see. We got a few more picks here. We'll plow through a few more picks here as we're entering into 15th round here. Ty, we're about to be on the clock again.
What?
We gotta reach down and get Darnold.
We are sweating this out.
We gotta reach down and get Darnold.
Yeah, sweet. Let's go.
We'll take Darnold here. I'm good with that. We will shut it down at the quarterback position then as well. So now we're basically looking at like 2 running backs and a wide receiver in the last 2 rounds. That's kind of my leaning.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather make this a 2-6-8-2. That's where I'm leaning.
I agree with that.
We'll do a 2-6-8-2. People are like, what's a 2-6-8-2? It's how many quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends you have to wrap out your draft on Underdog. From Hunter here, guys like Kyron or somebody else. I'm still in on Kyron. Don't overreact to the punt return news.
Yep.
I think people don't recognize that so many of these punt returns get called for fair catches. And so when you're like, oh my gosh, Kyron Williams, if he gets 4 punts a game, he's going to be running the ball back 4 times. It's more opportunities to get injured, which is like true. But also, like, if you listen to the full interview with Sean McVay, like, he basically says, 1, it's just another opportunity for Kyler to get more touches. And 2, we have Blake Corum who's there to spell him if need be. Those are the 3 most important words in that interview, I would say. If need be. They still plan on making Kyron Williams the main focal running back in this offense. He's not going to be a bell cow back like he was last year, but that's also baked in at his price already that there's going to be somebody else there taking touches from him. So I personally I'm still all over and all in on Kyron. That's tough. I was really hoping we can get some estimate there. You want to go Justice Hill?
Yes, we shall.
A little bit
Tank
of Tank Dell. Yeah, I'm good with that.
The other thing is too, there feels like there's a certain crowd of people that are overreacting because if they think that the new kickoff rule has implications with the punt rules, which is not true. They are 2 very different things. And like the punt return side of the return game was untouched in the kickoff return phase of things. So it is not the same. There really is no like the thing that I explained to somebody. I was like, sure, it exposes him to more opportunities to potentially get hurt. That's really about it, though. And like every player,
such a chicken way to play fantasy football, though.
No, that's 1000%, because you can say that for any player on the Rams that
any running back. They're playing bumper cars anyways. Like, I don't think Kyron is just as likely to get, or I don't think Kyron is like any more likely to get injured on a punt return than he is when he's being forced in between 350-pound tackles and defensive ends that could collapse on him at any point. Like, I don't see it just doesn't add up. Okay, so yeah, the fact that Kyron Williams isn't getting as many touches this year is already baked in at his current price. So don't fade him even more because of it. What are you gawking about? Oh, adding Pollard to the
things
trade.
I also meant. Yeah, so you're giving up Stroud and Pollard. Still, yes.
That's still 100%. 10 times out of 10. Yep. In a landslide. Yep. I think we can squeeze this one in before our next pick. Ty, who should I take at the 2-3 turn 8-man after drafting CMC at 1? One of them will be Olave for sure. I'm a big fan of him, and he won't make it back to me. If you want to go ahead and reach on Olave, you can. So we're going to post a video tomorrow over at youtube.com/@thefantasyfootballfellas. I kind of make the case that Chris Olave has league losing downside this year, which admittedly I have been pro Chris Olave pretty much the entire offseason, and I'm starting to walk back that take now because I'm starting to get concerned as the season approaches. In an 8-man league, I'm trying to think of other guys who will be available there. If you got like a Drake London available there, I think if you take CMC in an 8-man league, you got to double up on wide receiver. So like if Drake London is there, if Marv somehow slides all the way, I'll rattle off a few more guys as we take our next player here, Ty. I'm not going to lie, I like sprinkling in a little De'Ami Brown here.
Jalen Naylor.
I don't mind Jalen Naylor. We already got plenty of Minnesota, though. That's my only thing. You good with just going Dammy
No,
Brown here?
bro.
I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Did
Let's
you
just go
see?
Dammy Brown.
Yeah. Did you see who Washington signed today to add to the receiver room?
They had Noah Brown. Is that
They
who it
added
was?
Noah Brown. Yep.
Interesting. I don't know if that's good or bad for Dammy Brown.
What a
It
huge
hurts
needle
like the
mover
2
for that
times I
offense.
drafted Noah Brown in the 18th round early on in Best Ball Mania. Actually, I think I drafted him in the big board only. I don't think I even took him in Best Ball Mania. All right, so we're getting into the last round here. We'll take one more running back. We'll scroll the F down and find someone to add. Do you like taking Richardson in the 5th or Kyler in the 7th? Yes, I enjoy doing both. Not in the same draft. Not in the same draft, but I enjoy doing both. I think my preference is Kyler in the 7th, just opportunity cost, players you skip out on compared to Anthony Richardson. But there's also sometimes where I'm like, you know what will make this build freaking sweetest if I have Anthony Richardson right now. So I love both. I love both values. I like taking both guys, not in the same draft, but the answer is yes to your question. I prefer Kyler in the 7th again, opportunity cost, but that's you asking me to split hairs. And if I had a gun to my head,
it really just depends on who else you're drafting with too. Like whenever we do mock drafts, I have to make up my mind that I'm not getting Kyler because you or Cameron will take him before I can.
Yeah. Wilson. We could toss
Wilson.
Tossing some Isaac Garendo.
Yeah, Trey Sermon.
Yeah, Trey Sermon. Another. I'm just literally tossing anybody and everybody into the queue at this point. I think we're too far down on running backs. So those are kind of the main guys I'm looking at. You, which one do you want to take out of these?
I think. Has anybody taken P. Ryan?
Great call. Great call. That's a great
call, brother.
That's a great call.
Great call, brother.
It's a great call on Samaje Perine. 18th round Samaje Perine there. Love that. It gets picked up by the Chiefs. That's a phenomenal 18th round click right there.
So I'm in like 2 slow drafts and then I'm done drafting for the summer. And I was like, I'm on the clock. Sweet. Knowing the Perine news, I'm like, sweet. And I go and the pick right before me is Samaje Perine. I was like,
let's Perine.
Shoots.
Yeah, that's a great pickup if he's in Kansas City. Gosh, that Clyde Edwards-Helaire click there is terrible. Ahead of Carson Steele. Oh
no.
Man.
No.
Oh man.
The hope is that he gets moved at that point, right? Like,
yeah, for real. Seriously. We'll go ahead and we'll recap this team. We'll answer a few questions then afterwards, and then we'll hang it up, Ty. We'll call it a night as they're bleeding out the entire clock here.
Come on.
Well, we'll value everyone's time. We'll go ahead. Let's view the full draft here. I like doing this better because personally, it's just easier to see the team in chunks this way, and then you're not looking at an ugly screen. And anyways, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, we're here at the 107 right in the middle of your screen. Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, Tank Dell to start this draft. Big fan of that start, considering we still were able to get Josh Jacobs in the 4th round. I mean, that is, I feel like Josh Jacobs should be a 3rd round pick at this point. Like, I feel like Josh Jacobs should be going ahead of both Travis Etienne and Isaiah Pacheco at this point. He's the only dude in Green Bay. You could say Isaiah Pacheco was on the better offense, but with the Samaje Perine signing, there's not as much PPR upside there. So I think Josh Jacobs should be ahead of ETN for sure, just from like a better offensive perspective and less competition. And same then for Isaiah Pacheco. He's a competition argument. So love that value on Josh Jacobs in the 4th. That has not corrected. Picked up Calvin Ridley, Anthony Richardson, Evan Ingram then with our next pick. So we got our elite quarterback, got our tight end in there as well. What are you gawking at now? What? Shut up. Did Ayuk get traded?
No, Taylor Heineke did to the Chargers.
Oh my. No, he gets removed from the stage because of that. That was not worth the breaking news. I'm going to finish recapping this team for us because That was like my heart got racing for a moment. And now this dude is like, yeah, Taylor Heineke. He's on the Chargers now. Unbelievable.
Man.
You are unbelievable.
I'll mute for
There
5
was
minutes.
no need for a breaking news update on Taylor Heineke. What is this? Who do you think you are? You lose your drop permissions forever. Can I like ban you from using the soundboard ever again? Oh my goodness. So I'm out here explaining how we got a wonderful Anthony Richardson in the 6th round. Yeah, that's you. You stink, dog. Wes Pipes agrees with me.
Man, the hard-hitted dudes.
Someone's got to do it.
What's the line from The Dark Knight when when Gary Oldman's like talking to his son and he's like, he's not the hero that we need, he's the hero that we deserve or something.
Yeah.
Right.
You go ahead and deem yourself that. That's fine. We went 3 straight running backs afterwards. Jalen Warren, Tyjae Spears, Jerome Ford. I honestly like how this running back room turned out though with Josh Jacobs as a start. You brought it up during the stream where Jalen Warren, if he does miss time at the beginning of the season with the hamstring injury, you get Jerome Ford, who's going to pick up the slack right away until Jalen Warren's 100%, and then Tyjae Spears, who could easily spell Tony Pollard. You mix that in with some Tennessee correlation, Jacksonville correlation with Evan Ingram as well. I really, really loved that stretch. Brutal to get sniped on AD Mitchell. He would have been the pick instead of Jacoby Myers there, but settled for Josh Downs in the next round. Had to reach down to get him, but he wasn't going to make it back to us, even though maybe he would have. But no, you know what, Ty? Because looking at the team ahead of us, they took a running back or took a wide receiver. They took Leggett. So we wouldn't have gotten Josh Downs because he would have taken freaking Josh Downs and AD Mitchell. You just know it.
Yep.
He was out to snipe us.
Yep.
TJ Hawkinson afterwards, get a little bit more of that Green Bay, Minnesota Week 17 correlation. Wan'Dale Robinson then. Get some correlation with Anthony Richardson, Sam Darnold, stack with Jefferson, Justice Hill, with Tank Dell, De'Ami Brown. Just as a flyer wide receiver too, he'll give you a 1 or 2 big weeks this year. And then Samaje Perine, who recently signed with the Kansas City Chiefs today in the 18th round. Anything you want to add here? Any other questions that are coming in that you feel like we need to hit before we sign off?
Not that I'm seeing. Yeah. Great name.
Yeah, thoughts on Terry McLaurin. I don't know if this is the year, but he'll get a crap ton of targets. That's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I don't think my process changes on Terry McLaurin after Jahan Dotson leaving. Like he's gonna get a ton of targets, but he also needs to start scoring more than 6 touchdowns in a season. And I don't know if Jaden Daniels' scrambling ability is the best thing for him either. So just because he's going to get more targets doesn't mean that he is the guy who benefits the most from that Jahan Dotson trade. I actually think you're going to love this, Ty. I actually think it's Zach Ertz who benefits the most.
No, the thing that you said it though, like he was already going to get a ton of targets. Right. So like how much more can he really get now that Dotson's gone? Like
right, he's not going to go from 130 target guy to 160 target guy. He'll go from like 130 to like 142 probably. But like that's not going to be enough to catapult him much higher than, the wide receiver 26 when he's already going as the wide receiver 30. Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
Hey, this is dedication, though. This. You can't. That should have been. Oh, that would have been perfect. Can we rewind here? We'll rewind it back here. You want hit the drop? Hit the drop.
No, you do it. You do it.
I get to hit the drop. Okay. Lil Colt is indeed on the toilet, taking a deuce right now, watching the fellas. What's good, man? What's good? Thanks for tuning in. That's our breaking news tonight.
I'm so happy to know that we are people's entertainment when they are handling business. We are their entertainment.
When nature calls, we are their go-to option. Let's answer this last question here, Ty, because this is getting out of hand. We need to hop off. You prefer a guy like Mark Andrews or waiting around or two for Kittle? I think my preference is Mark Andrews. As much as I like Kittle in the early 6th round, oftentimes he's going like late 5th round. And by early late, I mean like the 9th pick of a 12-man league in the 5th round. And I would just prefer to take Mark Andrews at the end of the 4th. That's just where I lie. I think he finishes higher than Kittle this year. This Ravens passing attack desperately needs weapons, and Mark Andrews, 3 straight seasons where he started as a tight end 2 overall, and it's just fallen off in the back half of the season. So I'm still good with Andrews. I'm a believer, and I know you are too, Ty.
Yeah, I'm definitely Mark Andrews. George Kittle. Well, Brandon Ayuk situation.
He ain't going to Baltimore. Oh well, like for Kittle, I still like Mark Andrews. Kittle benefits more. Kittle is the bigger beneficiary when Debo is out. When Ayuk is out, Kittle is relatively unaffected, but obviously that's it's like a 3-game sample size without Brandon Ayuk versus Debo. We have a much larger sample size. So, yeah, this is. I was going to end on this one here. Then Trey McBride for me, 100%. I just believe in this Arizona Cardinals passing attack. I don't think their defense is good enough to keep them in games. They're going to be playing in a crap ton of shootouts this year, I think. So, yeah, Marv is there, but he's not going to get off to this like blazing hot start. I think he'll have a slower start and then have a stronger second half of the season. But I just firmly believe in this Arizona Cardinals passing attack under Drew Petzing as the offensive coordinator. His tendency is to just pepper the tight end with targets. So Trey McBride, he's still going to be a well-fed boy in the passing attack this year. What do you got your mic up to your head? Are you in like disbelief? Don't tell me you got to hit breaking news again for something stupid.
No, I just I don't know if you noticed, but I now have Mark Andrews and Trey McBride separated by a total of 2 points in my rankings.
So you're back to like a almost 50-50 between the two.
Coin flip.
But I got Trey McBride. I had Trey McBride as my tight end 2 like a week and a half ago. I moved him back down to tight end 3, but only like 3 points behind Sam Laporta.
Sammy ball game.
Same ball game. So Kelsey's at 1, Laporta at 2, McBride at 3, Andrews at 4 for me. That's how I have the top 4 statted out currently. We'll cap it there, Ty. We'll call it a night. So don't trade for Andrews just yet. No. If you have McBride, I would hold on to McBride. I guess I'm not sure of the nature of this question, but if you can get Mark Andrews, I definitely would, but I wouldn't pay up to get. I guess I'm confused by the nature of this question and where it's coming from. Hunter can leave too.
You
haven't made a pick in like 10 minutes.
Oh man.
We'll cap it there, Ty. We'll call it a night. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. If you're not subscribed over on YouTube, head to youtube.com/@thefantasyfootballfellas. Some of you are watching over on our shorts channel right now. If the channel you're watching and the profile, it says Fantasy Football Fellas Shorts, you're going to need to go down to the description, click on the link there. It says subscribe to our new channel, which is the Fantasy Football Fellas. That's where we'll be doing live streams during the regular season. That's where all of our podcast content is posted as well. So make sure you're subscribed over there and take care of that. We'll see you, Hunter. Thanks for popping on, buddy. Always good to hear from you. Yeah, we'll be going live again on Monday one last time. Yeah? Oh, that's Labor Day. No, this is the last live.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's Labor Day.
This is the last live. Oh, man. Because we're not going live on Wednesday.
Oh, man.
Regular season's the next day.
How did we not realize this? Oh man.
This is sad.
Dude.
Every Sunday still. You can catch us live on Sundays. Again, we'll be going live throughout the regular season. We'll be live every Sunday. Ooh, are we gonna mix in some battle royales if you're on Underdog?
Yeah, wait, what?
You want to mix in some battle royale live streams this season during the season on Underdog?
Nice, like Friday night. Well, Friday night's kind of a well, you know what? We can maybe work it in and
figure it out.
We can work it in somehow, I think.
TBD can work in some battle royales. Who should I go pick 4? Should I pick Jay Jett as F4? I don't hate Jefferson F4. I think my leaning would be Breece Hall at this point, though.
It feels like Jefferson or Breece.
Those are the 2 options. If you want to go Jett, it's great, but my preference is Breece at this moment. I've gone back and forth. Again, if you're not signed up for Underdog already, you can go scan the QR code. They will give you a Travis Kelce free square for week 1, where his pick is lower to half a total yard. Compare that with any other pick in the lobby to win up to 100 times your money. If you also want to join our Discord as well, we are doing a giveaway over there. We just recently passed 300,000 followers on TikTok and over 500,000 across all of our media platforms. Thank you all so much for your continued support. You can scan that QR code on the screen. You can join our Discord. That is the way you can get entered into our giveaway. We are giving away a copy of College Football 25, a copy of Madden 25, a $100 Visa gift card, a jersey for a player of your choosing, and a signed Jalen Waddle jersey is the grand prize. All you got to do is join our Discord, comment on within any of the servers. They're there for your utilization. You can ask questions in there. You can post polls in there. It is meant to be a community where you all are interacting with one another, and we, the fellas, can chime in every once in a while with our thoughts and some of our rankings as well. All you got to do is join the Discord and comment in any one of the servers. So you can scan that QR code to join our Discord as well. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We're going to sign off here. We're going to bounce for the night. We will be back with more content the rest of this week on our Shorts channel. We got a video coming out tomorrow on the podcast channel, but then it is regular season time, y'all. So we will see you soon for the start of the regular season. Deuces.